Hi guys. Today's been quite a struggle, just like the last few days, and I'm making it a point to make a blog entry, even though it's just like really not something that I want to be doing because I just feel awful in my head. I feel stressed out. I feel depressed. Um, feel like it's too much for me to bear. That it's not fair. That it's insane. Um, and all those things are true. I mean, all the things are true. They're just easier to sometimes counteract with things like I have a lot of love in my life and there's hope and I have a diagnosis now and things like that. But those things are harder to feel right now. Um, when I started this blog, I really wanted to expose a lot of what happens with Lyme disease, both issues of diagnosis and issues of living with illness and also the psychological aspects of it. And they're pretty intense and they're pretty huge. And the sad part is that oftentimes you don't know somebody how sick somebody is until they cry. And so, or you don't know how much struggle they're with until they have a burnout, or until they're in the hospital, or it really takes so much. When you have something like chronic illness, like chronic Lyme disease, when you start losing it is when people start noticing, and then it's almost too late because at that point it could definitely be seen as like a mental issue. I'm not saying this is the case for everybody, but it has been my experience where over 12 years of being sick, there's very few people that I've shared that with because very few people are interested enough in others, I guess. Or it's also just you don't want to share. You don't want to be like, "Hi friends, how are you? Oh, I feel horrible. I've been feeling sick for 3 years." Like, it's not party conversation. It's not, and it's not. And when you don't understand it yourself, it's hard to talk about. But what's wrong with you? I don't know. They keep telling me nothing's wrong with me. Nobody wants to have that conversation with people that could potentially be like, okay, well, we live in a world where doctors are the ultimate truth, and when doctors can't find what's wrong with you, there's nothing wrong with you. So unfortunately, a lot of people have that impression still. I don't blame them if you haven't been, screwed by the system. It's something that you might believe because people want you to believe that. Bref, the mental aspect is huge because you need to be such a strong-minded person to even daily live with something like Lyme disease and not like drug yourself beyond belief to feel nothing. And to then feel horrible from all the side effects of all those feeling nothings. But just to get up in the morning, just to take a shower. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's too hard. Just the fact of having to give up on dreams and career and opportunities and travel and all these things that really in the end are really secondary to your health and to your loved ones, but every single day being okay with being sick, it's a tough thing. It's tough to not get down on yourself, and it's tough not to kind of blame yourself. And I've been doing really, really amazing at that, which is really great, and it's a blessing, and that's how I'm able to do this blog. And now with this anxiety and the subsequent depression, well, that's like being robbed from me, and it's like honestly, it's like the only freaking thing I have, like. And I feel like I've said a lot of this before in other entries. I may be repeating myself, but this is common to a lot of Lymies. In fact, I read this morning, I went on Facebook this morning, and good thing I didn't fall on anything that's like made me feel crappy, but a fellow Limey friend of mine posted something that a fellow friend of hers posted. And I'm going to read it to you, so it'll maybe give me something to say and give you an idea of how people of how this is an issue for a lot of people. So this girl wrote, "Write hard and clear about what hurts. That's an Ernest Hemingway quote, and potentially the reason why I'm doing this blog entry today. I really don't like to be negative. I like laughing and lightless. Lightness like air and trust and hope. The pain has been more severe lately. Unable to do much beyond ice and heat and soaking in pills and wishing and hoping. I think at times the pain is the easy part. Isolation, fear, doubt, and losing lightness. That's the part they don't warn you about. Get out of your head and into the light. Put your feet in the dirt and learn again how to breathe. Exhale and let go. Trust and let go. You have no control. Thank God that you are not in control. The last part is something that I'm gonna have to reread today over a few times because I don't feel it. I feel everything else. I feel the lack of lightness, but all these, quotes about going into the light. It's tough. I don't have many feelings associated to positive things, and yeah, not really satisfied with this blog entry, but just gonna post it anyways because that's what I do. Warrior on, right?